Hey guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven, and Claire. Hi, Claire. Claire's getting comfortable in one of the three types of cat beds I have on my bed. If you didn't already know, with this background and this lighting, I'm usually in bed when you see me. Look at her little face. Look at her fat little face. Yeah, get comfortable. Oh, can you hear her purring? Hi, Claire. I'm not sure if you can hear that. She has a beautiful little purr. Love my co-pilot. So, let's see. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I have done almost nothing. Really, really close to almost nothing. Buddy wanted to go out at the crack of dawn this morning, so I let him out. I wasn't about to walk around with him because it's way too cold, and he seemed to really be happy to go out on his own. But a half hour later, I heard him yelling really loud. He has a very particular cry when he's about to get in a fight, or he's posing to get in a fight and scare another cat away. So I threw my robe on, which is, as you can tell, very light and covered in cat hair. I ran out, no shoes, to grab Buddy. He avoided me, but I did scare the other cat away, so the fight was averted. He stayed out for another hour or so, came in the house, and then I tried to feed the three cats in bed, kind of cozy, wet food. They don't always eat wet food. In fact, they never eat the food. They just lick the gravy off the food. So I have almost two full cans of cat food that I'm going to bring over to the other end of the parking lot where some stray cats live. I give Diana a fresh can because she really likes the gravy too. But, oh, are you leaving me? Claire is leaving me. Bye, Claire. Wah, wah. Claire left me. She'll be back. So I've just been watching some flight attendant YouTubers and marveling at the amount of work that they put into these YouTube channels. I could not even comprehend the amount of work it takes to do all these little colorful inserts, the intros, the outros, the music, the animation, all this stuff. It's just beyond me, and I'm probably never going to do it. I do apologize. I would hope one day that you look at my channel and think it's more like FaceTiming with someone rather than watching a professional YouTuber. I don't know. But this is what you get. Sorry, guys. My favorite part, and I love the element, the storytelling element that things like this, they add to their videos. But there are two that I watched this morning that filmed themselves waking up. Good morning, guys. Oh, it's 3 a.m. and I'm in Newark. As if they didn't have to wake up, set the camera up, timer, viewer, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what they have to do. And then get back in bed and then start the camera again. Good morning, guys. It's 3 a.m. I'm in Newark. I just think it's hysterical. And it's got to be a lot of work. God bless them. But I do appreciate the storytelling aspect that it adds to the channel. It just makes me laugh. So what's my goal today? The goal today is to weigh myself. Dun, dun, dun. I did buy that digital scale with a gift card from one of my subscribers, and I have yet to open it. So I'm going to open the box, weigh myself, and a memory. Wow. You know, the older you get, the more memories that are just going to pop up totally randomly. I just had a memory. It was freshman year of high school at the Patch Air Force Base in Germany near Stuttgart. And what a memory. Oh my gosh. I was so ashamed. I've always been kind of chubby, but it was freshman year. I may have been about 5'7", maybe 5'8". I don't know. I took off in high school. I grew quite a bit in high school. But freshman year, I was fairly short-ish. I was about 5'7", 5'8". And they weighed us. And they also, if you're a guy, you ever had that little cough, and the doctor puts his fingers down there? Yeah. That sounds worse than it is, girls. It's not that traumatizing. But they had us cough, and they weighed us. And I weighed 177 pounds. And I remember this only because I weighed the same as my mother at that time, and I was a freshman in high school. Yeah, so I was 177 pounds back then. So flash forward to, I think, 2002, the summer before I got sober. I was just about 200 pounds, but I wasn't eating much solid food, honestly. My roommate and I were just drinking 24/7. So all the calories came from alcohol, really. I didn't even eat. And then I guess my average weight has been about 220 for most of the time. But I have been as high as, I'd say, 260 in high school. I was a senior in high school going into college, and I probably weighed about 260. And it was all pretty evenly distributed around my body. I remember my calves were kind of thick, my thighs were heavy, my belly is where I carry a majority of my weight, and my face, I get round in the face. So I weighed about 260 at my heaviest. And right now, I'm going to guess that I weigh about 235. That's going to be my guess. So I'm going to hop out of bed and then open this box, weigh myself, and then go to the gym because I need to start going. And now that the cats are in a coma from having played and eaten, I'm going to go to the gym. So before I show myself my weight, before I weigh myself, I do want to, I think I might insert a quick video of the cats having their breakfast. We ate breakfast in bed together. I had a bowl of cereal, shredded wheat, and they had some wet cat food that they licked. They don't eat the cat food, they just lick the cat food. So I might include that because it's cute. And then I'll show you myself weighing myself. Wish me luck. It's breakfast in bed with Eleanor. Eleanor, you're getting your fur in your food. Eleanor is the only one who actually eats some of the wet food. And here's Claire. She's eating up on one of the cots, and she'll only lick the gravy off the wet food. And here Buddy is also licking the gravy off the food. He's not terribly interested in eating so much of it. On the right is one of his beds. He's standing on one of the pet cots that I have on my bed next to my laptop. He wouldn't eat near the girls. Okay, I just set up my scale. I'm going to step onto it for the first time. I'm not very excited about this. 230 pounds. 230.2. Okay. Howdy. All right, so I just left the gym. I worked out my biceps, my triceps, and my shoulders. Enough to be a little shaky, but hopefully not so much as I'll be in pain tomorrow, because I do have a red eye starting tomorrow night, and I want to be able to pick up my luggage, right? So I'm not sure. I should have really watched the earlier clips I filmed today, but I'm not sure if I mentioned yesterday was an anniversary for me. It was 3 years ago yesterday that I received my invitation to go to training to become a flight attendant. Yes, I'm in a parking lot again. I'm always bringing her to parking lots. So it was 3 years ago yesterday that I received my conditional job offer, my CJO. Very emotional day, and I remember every single moment of that day and the people I met. It was amazing. Conversely, the next day, which is today, 3 years ago today, I was driving back to Tampa where most of my stuff was. Yeah, at that point I was living in the minivan that I was driving. And I was in a town, I was near a town called Mooreville, M-O-O-R-E-ville. And my transmission died, my car died, my house died. Died, not just kind of limping died. And there was a hose that I could see that literally had a hole the size of a dime. I tried patching it literally with zip ties and a piece of a tin can or a soda can that I cut out with cuticle scissors. I was trying really hard to be MacGyver. It did not work, suffice to say. And my bus is coming. Let me finish that story time when I get to the apartment. All right, so I'm home. And yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as I wore yesterday. It's my favorite gym shirt. It's Donald Duck. He's the only Disney character I really identify with. His personality, you know, I don't know. Wow, wow, wow. So what was I telling you? Oh, I was trying to be MacGyver with a piece of soda can and some zip ties. It was not very successful. So I was there broken down on the side of a busy road in the middle of nowhere. So I pushed my minivan off into a dirt road. I sat there in the back of the minivan. The mosquitoes were swarming, and I just had no idea what to do. Everyone I really knew that I could really count on in situations like this were always like up in Boston, like 1,200 miles away. Oh, buddy, don't knock over my camera. There's Buddy's bum. Cat bum. And so everyone I really could depend on in this kind of weird situation was 1,200 miles away. And so I didn't know what to do. I'm on Facebook, and I made a post, and I think I've got a screenshot of the post. Let me insert it here. So that's literally a screenshot of one of the posts I put up on Facebook that day. That was one of the most optimistic posts. I guess there were a couple complaining about how my life sucked and how every time something good happened, something bad happened to balance it out. And I was having a difficult time. It was not a very easy time to be me in those days. But I shouldn't have been surprised that I was being saved. And in my darkest hours, over the past 17 years, I have to tell you, in my darkest hours, my darkest days, when I didn't think there was any hope, somebody reached out to help me. And so, you know, some people call it God. I have a higher power. I call him, hey, you. Like, hey, you, can you just cut me a break, please? But every time I'm in a situation like that, something or somebody reaches out to help me. And so it shouldn't be a surprise at this point, because it's happened a number of times. But this time, I just didn't think I had any options. My only plan was to walk to Fort Myers, which is, it would have taken me 6 hours from where I was. It would have taken me forever. Longer than 6 hours, really. It would have been halfway across the state of Florida. That was my plan, to walk to Fort Myers and find a way to get back to Tampa. But instead, what happened was one of my oldest friends messaged her mother, and who lived in Clearwater or St. Pete, something like that, and said that her friend needed help. And her mother, not a surprise, because my friend is an amazing woman. She gets part of it from her mother, I'm sure, because this woman, without knowing me, got in her car and drove 4.5 hours to find a stranger on the side of the road. And to this day, I will always be grateful to her. I messaged her today, reminding her of what an angel she was to me that day. But yeah, so that's it. She drove me all the way back up to the Tampa area, actually to Palm Harbor, where I was able to get a copy of my title to the minivan. I rented a car the next day, and I drove down to Moorville. And on the way, I spoke with a number of companies or people, just trying to find a way to get this car off of my hands. I couldn't just abandon it on the side of the road. That wouldn't have been legal, I don't think. Certainly not a morally good choice. So most people were going to charge me to take it off of my hands, because there was zero intrinsic value, even in its parts. No one wanted this minivan. But eventually I found one company who would take it off my hands and give me $150. So bingo. So I waited for them, and while they got there, while I was waiting for them, I emptied out the inside of my minivan and put all that stuff in my rental. And inside my minivan was, plastic drawers, food, cookware, my futon, half of a futon on top of a Coleman camping cot. Because you've heard this before. I was living in my minivan So I put all that stuff in the rental, and they took that minivan away. I wonder if I have a picture of it going up. I think I have a picture of it going up on the tow truck. I don't know. If I can find it, I'll insert it. But yeah, that was like a horrible, horrible day. So the 10th and the 11th of January have a very, very special place in my heart. The 10th is when I got the opportunity to go to training. I was given a conditional job offer to train for the job that I was born to do. And then the next day is important to me because it's a reminder to me. Thank God for that post on Facebook. It reminds me that in my darkest, darkest hours, in my darkest days, somebody has always reached out a hand to help me. So I'm really grateful for that Facebook memory to pop up today, because, you know, sometimes the days go by and you forget to be grateful. And I forget to be grateful for all of the help I've received. Yeah, so there you go. There is part of a story time. Yay, you've suffered through another one. So I think that's about it. It is about 6:25, 6:20, and I'm thinking what I'll do is give the cats one of their treats, a little package of their treats, because they've been very, very good. You can see Eleanor down there is being patient as she can be with the blinds being closed. She'll open them up and look outside. So I think I'll give them a little treat, and then make my way down to a recovery meeting that starts at 8 o'clock. An acquaintance is speaking tonight, so it'll be nice to hear him talk about his recovery. So there you go. That's my day. Weight loss and memories of being stranded in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Thanks for watching. I don't know if that was interesting or not, or worth your time. I hope it was. But I will see you very soon, and I'll fly safe. Talk to you later. Bye.